Hello and welcome back to episode 23 in our Air Hauler 2 series. Let's jump in and see what we are doing. So let's go ahead and jump to our accepted jobs. So here we are. We got to head back over to M76 and we've got a couple of hauls to take with us. We can look really quick at available jobs and go ahead and knock up the ICAO. And looking at it currently, there isn't much available from M76 back. So that's okay, we know what's going on. So we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna grab this job. So we have our Bonanza here on the ground. And we want to take the last of this chunk of the shrimp, so load that in. And then what we want to do is look at distance we're going is 123 nautical miles. The range we have is 395. So we could offload a little bit of our fuel. So we're going to come in and we're going to drop about, let's drop about 10 gallons. Got almost 40 on board, so on board would be we'll go down to about 28 gallons and we will storage. God, I hate that when you have storage, it defaults to disposal. Offload into base, yes. Alright, so now we'll grab this. We've got a range of about 283, so that's plenty. And we will load in our Easter eggs. So we loaded up as much as we could take. And we now have that into our load. So we're good to go with this. Now this is showing a default route. We're just going to accept and say yeah, sure. In reality, and we'll come back to this message in a second, in reality when we look at active sky, this is the route we're actually flying. So we're going to go KNZY, we're going to go to Sevra, and then Sevra, because M76 doesn't exist, we're going to use 44A for the flight plan purposes. I can't find it. We did make a waypoint, so at least our GTN will have it inside. Alright, so getting back here, we know that we're going to need to load up cargo of 1358. Now we've finally learned 1358 includes the pilot. That's part of the whole cargo, so the payload. Because we did not load that amount. We loaded much less than that. So we now understand that, which is good. And we need 171 pounds or 28 gallons of fuel. So we're going to come into our simulator. And what we want to do here is go up to vehicle, go to fuel and payload. And now what we're going to do is we are going to get our 1358 on board. So we're going to go 300, 200, 400, so that's 2468. So our 2468 11. Yeah, so 1280. And we need 1358. 2468, whatever. 2468, 10, 1300, and we need 1358. So, all right, 58. There we go. And total is 28 gallons, so that's going to be 14 gallons a side. So 28 US gallons total. And we're going to click OK. And we're going to click yes. One of these days we got to figure out why there is this discrepancy, but all right. So we now have that loaded up. So let's go ahead and get ourselves started up. So we're going to look inside at our map.
Welcome to your air hauler flight. Start up and taxi.
So we want our there's our mixture. All right, so power goes on. And we need to prime the pump. 2, 3. Mixture goes rich. 1, 2. Fuel pump goes off. And clear prop. Make sure that we got our parking brake on. Crank that again. All right. There we go. All right, and battery, everything looks good, so go ahead and put the avionics on. Go ahead and put our pitot heat on, and landing light, well, we'll put our taxi light on, and nav and beacon. All right, so, come on. There comes the Garmin. All right. So we are going to go to Sevra, and then from Sevra we're going to go MM76, which is our user waypoint. Sevra we are going to do at 9500. And save, and MM76, we're going to do that at 2000, sure, why not? And save. Alright, so here we need a departure. And so our departure, first, we need to know where we're going off of.
Lindbergh Airport Information Foxtrot 0109 Zulu, wind 298 at 12, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky conditions, few clouds at 1000, temperature 22, dew point 12, altimeter 3007, visual runway 27 in use, landing and departing runway 27, VFR aircraft stay direction of flight, all aircraft read back hold short instructions, advise controller on initial contact US Foxtrot. Lindbergh Airport Information Foxtrot 0109 Zulu, wind 298 at 12, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky conditions, few clouds at 1000, temperature 22, dew point 12, altimeter 3007, visual runway 2.
We have the weather. 298, and going off of 29 is obviously going to be best.
Taxi and take off.
But we're gonna depart runway 18. We'll go with a little bit of a tailwind. See how bad it hurts us. And we need to climb. Runway heading to 2,000 feet. Alright, so runway heading to 2,000 feet. Flaps, landing light goes on, taxi light goes off. Alright, we know where we're going. Power is set. Gauges are green. Our speed is alive. And rotate. Oh, a little bit too much. Should have rolled out that nose a little bit. Alright, so we are in the climb. And so let's go ahead and go gear up. And let's clean up our flaps. And get that landing light off.
En route, fly this sector and land at your destination.
So at this point, we can go ahead and we're in the departure. Well, that's a problem. Because it should be showing us 2,000. Should not have kicked off our autopilot. So, alright, there we go. We've got our command bars. We're climbing. We can put the yaw dampener on so we can put our feet on the floor. As we climb out, following our command bars. And power back to 2,500, or on the inches of manifold. Bring back our 2,500 on the RPM. And now we have the transition as we went to 2,000 feet. Just follow those command bars. Try not to get too off of them. Stay with my command bars. And now we start our turn. Switch back into nav mode. should be cleared. Oh. So head up to 9,500. Know about our airspace alerts, and at this point we can go ahead and enable the autopilot. Let's go ahead and get comfortable. Alright, so landing light is on. 4 miles to go. Getting in a little bit in the dark. We are passing overhead now. Perfect. So we see our airport. And what will be nice is if we could pick up
U.S. Airport Information Uniform 0205 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions clear. Temperature 30. Dew point -4. Altimeter 2997. ILS runway 21 right and visual. Runway 21 left in use. Landing and departing. Runway 21 right and runway 21 left. VFR aircraft stay direction of flight. All aircraft reach back, hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact U.S. uniform. U.S. Airport Information Uniform 0205 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions clear.
Alright, so we have the information. Alright. So, we're in flap range. Might as well put those flaps down. And might as well look outside. And we'll drop the gear. Alright, so not a perfectly well lined up, but we're flying the visual anyway. Wind is off of our left at like 3 knots.
Landed. Taxi and park. Landing was a greaser.
Oof. Spun that front around a little hard. Okay, so with that, let's turn off our avionics.
Alt-tab back to air hauler to offload/load cargo and fuel. Recommends closing FSX between flights/jobs.
Alright, so we jump back into air hauler. Alright, so let's go ahead and unload. Unload. Okay, now we could fly straight back. It would be a light amount of fuel for sure. Finish the flight monitoring. Oh, nice. Okay, so we're over here. We gotta go pick up some more stuff. And we've got 1 day and 11 hours to complete this job. If we look at available jobs, oh, no way, that just popped up. That is awesome. On our way back, we're going to finish off at Ksan. That's going to allow us to pick up everything that we need. So we're going to go ahead and accept that job. And so when we go to our accepted jobs, as we can see, we now have that, and we are going to be able to pick that up on our next flight. So with that, we can take this opportunity to end episode 23 in our air hauler series. And come back. We're gonna take off tomorrow morning and start episode 24 with a flight into Ksan. So right across the pond, we'll drop off some fertilizer, and then we'll go pick up the last of the Easter eggs in this Mexican mini-series, as we'll call it. So if you liked it, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, consider it. And have yourselves a great night. Thanks for watching.